Welcome to the Fabulous 50s and Beyond. I'm Jim Pollard with my wife, Jeanetta. We'll be hosting our show today. This is an interesting show that we try to do every year. We're going to be talking about the Purchase Area Senior Games. It's an up-and-coming event. We're going to be talking about the local event, and we have a surprise announcement for you this year. So you stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
And he'd say, go with what you got. Start from where you are. Give it your best shot. Keep reaching for that star. Get in the race. Keep your own pace. Keep moving and never stop. Just go. Go with what you got.
Our guest today is Crystal Williams with the Purchase Area Development, and Crystal's going to be talking to us about the Senior Games, which are coming up soon, aren't they?
They are. They're coming up second week in May 11th through the 15th, and registration will be kicking off in another couple of weeks and running all basically the month of April. So I want to get out and help promote it.
This is something that seniors can really take part in and enjoy.
Oh,
because they have something for everybody.
Right. This is our 24th year. So it's not something new. We try to add new events and items each year to keep it interesting, but a lot of them have been all 24 years. Several of the seniors have repeated every year, and it's a lot of fun to come back and meet with friends and competitors and catch up over the year. So.
Well, it's deadline for registration is May 1st, right?
May 1st. Mm-hmm.
Okay, and the games actually start the 11th. Now, is this the second year or the third year they've been in Paducah?
This will be our third year.
Third year, and they're actually going to be in Paducah. Registration will be at the Robert Cherry Center. The kickoff day will be there, and the kickoff day games will be there,
That's
right?
Mm-hmm. We've had it in Murray in the past. We try to travel, of course, across the Purchase, but we get real good compliments, and everybody really enjoys it in Paducah. I think the air-conditioned building at Robert Cherry Civic Center is a bonus. Of course, in May, you could have almost snow around here. You never know,
right.
But it can be really warm, and it's good to have indoor facilities for that. In addition to if it rains, we can bring in some of the basketball shoot and the beanbag toss, some of the smaller events, and go ahead and continue it indoors.
Well, now, is the track event still going to be at Murray?
They'll be at Paducah Tillman.
Oh, they'll be at Paducah Tillman.
They
will not be the first day, though, will they?
Yes, they are Monday. We're returning them to Monday this year.
Oh, you
In the past, we've had them on Saturday, and of course, last year with gas prices so high, a lot of complaints about having to make a second trip to Paducah latter part of the week, and so we tried to combine it back and do them first thing Monday morning this year.
All right,
So
if they come in and register at Robert Cherry, will they be provided transportation to Tillman?
No, transportation's not provided this year. We're just leaving it up to the individual, and we'll actually, on the registration form, there's a schedule of events, but we ask them to go and report to Tillman first thing.
First.
For track and field if they're going to participate. So that'll be the first thing that morning, and then everybody will come back to the Robert Cherry Civic Center for the opening ceremony a little bit later in the morning this year.
Oh, it won't be the first thing
No,
then?
it's not going to be the first thing.
Oh, okay, good.
Yeah.
But everything is going to be in Paducah.
Most everything. The golf tournament's on Thursday. That's at Paxton. Tuesday is bowling, and that's located in Mayfield at Strike Zone. Wednesday is tennis and shuffleboard, and that's in Mayfield and Murray. And then Friday we return for billiards and table tennis at the Senior Center.
Senior Center. Okay, yeah, they've got a good facility.
They
there
do.
for that.
They have brand new cloth. I don't know what you call it on your
the
pool
pool
tables.
tables,
They put new velvet or velour or whatever that is down.
Yeah.
So they're all excited about their new pool table boards.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, they're proud of their pool tables in there,
yeah.
I can tell you.
That's a big deal over there.
We did a show from there one time, and they were challenging me to play pool. I can tell you, they got some pool sharks over
Pool
there at that
sharks,
place too.
that's right. That's a very competitive game.
Is the fee still $5?
The fee remains $5. We're real proud of that. With the economy and the way things are, to be able to keep a week-long event for $5. And we rely on our sponsors for that.
Right.
If it wasn't for good sponsors, we'd have to up that registration fee. And we are so thankful for great sponsors. A lot of the area hospitals, banks, USEC, that kind of thing, donate and sponsor the event and keeps the price low for the seniors.
But the great thing is what you get for the $5.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you can't
you
get
the T-shirt.
This is a shirt from a couple of years past. I just brought for, a sample, but
you get lunch.
you get a T-shirt. It's got all of our sponsors on the back, and then lunch that day.
And
And
you get medals?
Our
when you
medals,
win?
some of them walk out looking like Mr. T sometimes. They walk out with a neck full of medal. But our medals are just great. I think they're, it's just something a lot of the seniors even pass to their grandkids. It's
Yeah.
something just that mean a lot. This is for our competitive events, and then we have ribbons, blue, red, and white ribbons for the fun games, the less competitive. And our fun games are a lot of fun, even though they're.
Oh, yes.
We have cookie stacking, not cooking eating,
I know
but
they
cooking stacking.
won't let me eat them.
Cookie stacking, putt-putt, marble shoot, hanging clothes,
Egg toss.
egg toss.
Now, the egg toss doesn't sound like so much fun.
No,
to
and
me.
it can be messy. But we do provide a little bit of a shield, a little apron, plastic apron, so you don't get too totally messy. But it's a lot of fun.
Well, that's basically, here's what, and it's, there's horseshoes, there's bingo, there's football throw, table tennis, shuffleboard, all these things that someone, I don't care who you are, if you go, you'll find something to interest you.
Mm-hmm. And now that the information is out, a lot of teams our centers are already practicing and working, on
Already.
those events.
Yeah.
They practice for a couple of months and, try to improve their scores and their times, and they really prepare a lot for this.
Well, is it time for the big surprise then?
Well, go ahead.
All right, that the state games are going to be held here next year.
Absolutely. The Paducah City and Parks Recs Department put in a bid for the Kentucky State Games, and they were awarded that this year. Information is being sent out, save the date kind of things, but it's a 2-year contract, so it'll be here for 2009 and 2010. And that's a great draw for the area. We'll get a lot of even adjacent counties and
Right.
states, Missouri, Illinois, Tennessee, those types will come over and compete here in Kentucky. So there's a good draw for that.
Of course, the minute you announce that, what did my wife say? I got to start running again.
Yeah.
They just start practicing.
Yeah,
Get-
Need to
yeah.
start
get
practicing.
shape.
Yeah, if we think the purchase is competitive, you wait till you get the state involved.
Oh, I know. I mean, well, just the ones that win the purchase. I mean, our comment is when they come out in running shorts, they're serious.
That's right.
Yes, you
That's
can
exactly
you can
right.
tell
You
them
can
when
tell
they-
the true
when
athletes.
they
Yeah.
arrive.
And they bring out their bag of their own equipment.
Right,
and all
right,
that.
right.
Yeah,
They're serious about the game that they're
That's
involved
right.
in.
They're ready to go.
Yeah.
We had somebody from Cadiz who won a couple of years, and I know at least 1 year in swimming.
Uh-huh.
That man, I don't remember his name.
He's actually from Lake Barkley. They have a swim
Yeah.
club, and he brought over 10 or 12 of his club members, and really helped our numbers, and it was good competition for their group too.
Yeah.
So now we'll tell you that if we have what we call an out of district, which is meaning out of the 8 purchase counties to compete, they cannot bump an in district person from a medal.
Okay,
So there could be 2 gold medals
right.
given,
For
an
the
out
same.
of district and
Right.
an in district, because we just think that's the most fair way is to keep the purchase winners
Right.
winners. Now for the state level games, the outsiders can compete and win in the state. So an Illinois can beat a Kentucky.
Well, I was just thinking, we've interviewed some of the cycling club people here too, and that would be a good place for them to bring people in their different age groups to compete also, which would help bump it up.
Oh, sure. The state game has a 5K race.
Oh.
Our local is just a mile.
Right,
So it's
right.
just, around the track. But the state game does have a 5K race that'll be held at Noble Park, cycling through the park.
Through the park. So,
They have a lot more at the state level, a lot larger event. They have a 5K run. They have badminton. They have some games that we don't offer locally. So it's kind of a chance to kind of broaden your skills.
or maybe we need to get the word out to these cycling clubs so maybe we can pull in some medals here locally with some of the-
Absolutely.
'cause, we've had a couple of people here that, they cycle constantly
Serious.
and serious big
Yeah.
trips and everything,
And the equipment is not cheap.
and no.
That cycling equipment
Some of their
is
bikes, they've talked about how expensive
Right.
they are and the things that they use.
Another event that the state offers is archery, and that's a big event, for the true,
Now,
archers.
didn't y'all do archery?
We
once?
tried it
That's
in
what
the
I thought.
purchase level, and it just didn't go. We didn't have about 6 or 8, and it just wasn't competitive enough to continue.
Yeah.
But the state does have the archery, and that's going to actually be held at Gander Mountain. They've got the indoor archery range, and so they're a corporate sponsor for the archery event.
Is it, and I'm asking a question, I bet you do know, is it longbow or is it compound bow?
Do I look like I'm a archery expert? I'm not sure on that. I'm sorry.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know enough about it.
Okay, but because it's interesting to watch. These compound bows that they have, they're the ones that got all the pulleys and everything on them. I don't see how they pull some of those things. I've tried them. And
You sure
pull
can't
on-
try it with what you're going to be
No,
doing.
I won't be able to try it for a while anyway. But what are some of the other things that they'll be doing statewide that we won't be doing?
Like I said, the 5K run and the 5K cycle I know is different. They have badminton, and they have, they call it cornhole. That's gotten to be real popular
What
around
is
here.
that?
We call it beanbag toss.
Oh,
So at our purchase games, we call it beanbag toss, but the state level calls it cornhole.
Okay.
And they use the official size boards and the bags and all that, but it's just like a beanbag toss, except with corn. And I just learned the other day that cornhole is the official state Kentucky game, too.
really?
So
I didn't know we
I
had
know.
official
I didn't
I
either.
know.
state game.
Yeah, I've played cornhole, and it is a lot of fun, but they call it cornhole at the state level.
So
So just throw as far as you can throw the bag.
There's measurements.
I can throw it the
yeah,
farthest.
the official, I think it's 27 foot or something, and you're aiming for a hole, and these sacks have to go in. You get points for how many
so
targets.
it's not like
and-
the old bean toss into the board and everything.
Well, yeah, it's kind of. It's got an
Yeah.
angled board, and then
Okay.
it's got the hole, and
Yeah.
your aim is to hit and let it slide in
Yeah.
and land.
Okay.
So that's a new event, and we may change our purchase games, to the official cornhole just to match
Yeah.
the state eventually. But that's one of our less competitive for our less, physical active. You can be in a wheelchair and throw a beanbag.
Well, we've talked. There are people that see this show for the first time, and even though that we've talked about senior games now for I guess 3 or 4 years, but I'm always excited. It may be not the right word, but amazed at the age. What's the oldest one we've had?
Last
now?
year we had a 99-year-old lady.
99?
She was
99
99.
years
Wow.
Uh-huh.
I knew we'd had a 92-year-old, but I
Yeah,
didn't know.
99, and actually her daughter participated last year as well, and she was in like her 70s.
Wow.
So it was really neat to have the team, the mother-daughter team, compete together for
Yeah.
the day. But it is a lot of fun, and they see a lot of their old friends they haven't seen in years, and get back together and kind of reunite for the day.
Right. Well, that's another thing to talk about the audience about is that some of you people who may not think you can compete, they have hanging clothes.
Yeah, we
Yeah, we time. We have a clothes hanger, and you have a basket of clothes, and you're on the clock to see how quick. So men can even participate hanging clothes.
I think I did that one year.
He could even practice at home, right?
That's right. That's a good way of practicing.
I generally end up taking them down. She hangs them and I take them down. But it's a day of fun. It really is,
Yeah.
and that's what I like about
Yeah,
it.
it is.
The age, they have to be at least 50.
50-year-old is the youngest that you can be, oldest of the youngest group. And we compete in 5-year increments. So 50 to 55, 56 to 60, and so forth in both genders. So you're never competing with anyone more or less than 5 years older than you, younger.
Yeah, I made a new bracket last year, so
Was that a good thing or a bad thing to enter
it's a
that new
good thing.
bracket?
I think it's a good thing. I'm in
Wait.
that 70 over bracket now, which is. But the thing about it is those who you've been competing against are moving up
Move with
with
you,
as
yeah.
you go.
Yeah.
But we all say the alternative to not reaching that
Oh,
group.
absolutely. Absolutely. We want you to continue to return.
Right, but well, listen, we're going to be talking about this more, and we're going to be talking about the second year and some of the things that are going on also on the state level when we get back. But you stay tuned, and we'll be right back.
America's veterans have come from all walks of life and every corner of the nation to bravely serve in protecting our way of life. It is the privilege of VA to return that service with the excellent health care that our veterans have earned. And it is the nurses of VA, men and women of all backgrounds, who help to make that quality health care possible by providing a vital service to the community, by sharing ideas in a supportive, professional environment, by giving the best of themselves every day, and by advancing to the top of their field. But most of all, by providing excellent and direct care to every one of their patients.
We are the nurses of VA.
VA Nursing, a career in caring. For more information, contact vacareers.com.
We didn't have much to give them. So when they showed up firing them mean looks around the place and staring us down on prices, well, I was angry. Didn't seem to bother my father, though. He had me load another bushel of apples in their trunk. I learned later on that this family was in need.
The greatest gift we give, it's in our heart, what we believe, the way we live.
Caring for others. Pass it on.
And he'd say, go with what you got. Start from where you are. Give it your best shot. Keep reaching for that star. Get in the race, keep your own pace, keep moving and never stop. Just go, go with what you got.
Welcome back. We're talking with Crystal Williams today from Purchase Area Development, and we're talking about the Senior Games, which happens once a year. And this has been going on for how many years?
This is our 24th year.
Wow.
So we're hoping next year for the big 25th year to do something really big. You know, I don't know if that'll be add a new event or just a commemorative mug or T-shirt or something that I participated, but 25th year, that's a big deal.
Have
so.
hula dancing or something. That would be
That would
different.
probably that would be a good draw.
We talked about that the state event is coming here this year, and then it's coming here next year also. Now, what was the added event for the second year of the state events you were talking about? The regional games or something?
Oh, the second year at state, the state games, if you win, you qualify for nationals.
Okay.
And so it's just a regional, if you think about like a tournament, you know, a district and then a regional and then a state, so then you move on to nationals.
Oh.
So the first year at state is not what they call a non-qualifying year. So anybody can participate.
Did they not do nationals every year?
Nationals is every other year.
Oh, okay.
And it's a huge event. It was in San Diego last year. It was in Lexington, Kentucky 3 years ago.
I remember that.
And I think in 2010 it's in Houston, I believe, or Dallas, somewhere in Texas. It's been in Florida, it's been in New York. You know, it's a big,
I bet that
big
is
game.
a huge event.
But you do have to win first place in the state to qualify for nationals. So it's an elite
But if you
group.
win first place in state, you don't have to do a regional win to do it.
No, no. State people can be just state participants. You don't have to win at regionals to participate in state.
Get in shape, girl.
So
Yeah,
get your shoes out.
yeah, listen, to bet in the nationals, you have to be really good.
You do, and I'll tell you, I don't know the gentleman's name, but there is a golfer from Ballard County who won last year and
Really?
participated in the nationals, and he actually got Ping or one of those golf companies to sponsor him.
Really?
So we do have a national participant. I don't think he won at the nationals,
Yeah.
but he did participate. So that was neat in San Diego.
Wow, that
Well,
was
it's
exciting.
an honor just to
Oh,
be able to get
absolutely.
to go
That's
and,
right.
and participate.
And we have several locals that participate at the state level. We've
Yeah,
got some basketball
we met
teams
some of those.
and
We got
baseball.
some runners too.
Runners, some of the
Swimmers.
cyclists, the swimmers.
Yeah.
So we have a good group that travels. In the past, last year it was in Pikeville, you know, and that's just a long drive. That's a 8-hour drive, 9 hours to the.
Been there the last 2 years?
It was in Pikeville for 2
yeah,
years.
that's what I thought. Because we talked about going 1 year, and I don't know what happened.
Yeah, Elizabethtown has won it a couple of years. This is the first time west of Elizabethtown in several years.
Yeah, because she was invited, because she had won locally a couple of years ago, and she was invited to the state. But and we wanted to go, but something came up we didn't get to. But I
And
thought that would be exciting.
anyone who participates locally in the purchase will receive information on the state games. We'll use our database to invite, you know, anyone to the state.
Right.
You know, isn't that usually in September?
The state games, yeah, they'll always usually be the last week of September. And this year it's September 30th through October 4th. It's a 4-day event. So everybody mark your calendars
And
for
it
this
will
fall.
be in Paducah at the
We'll be
park.
here in Paducah. Registration and opening, you know, kind of things. The hub is going to be at the Civic Center. But they're using the Paducah Athletic. They're using the Energy Fitness, you know, some of the other facilities for their games.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure where the swim is at, somewhere where there's a, you know, book. It was going to be at Executive, and that's kind of up in the air.
right
yeah. And they're using Noble Park for the races, and so it'll be spread out all over Paducah.
Yeah, because that was interesting, talking about the Big E. That was interesting that when we came here, we found out that they had regional swim meets here.
Yeah.
Different swim meets were
And even a
held
lot of the
there.
high schools and all used that pool.
Yeah. I hate to think what it looks like right now. Yeah. But let's talk about some of these things here, because it's always interesting to me. I'm not a swimmer, So, but they've got backstroke, breaststroke, butterfly, freestyle, 25, 50, and 100. And I would imagine you got to be in pretty good shape to do 100 yard.
Yeah.
swim.
I
and
thought
so
you were
the-
about 100 years old.
no. And then, of course, the billiards is 8-ball double elimination. And then the track and field events, basketball, football, horseshoes, softball, shot put, washer pitching. That pretty well covers what I always did. Then they've got cycling, standing broad jump, running broad jump, 50 meter, 100 meter, 200 meter. Those were the things that my wife won her medals in. See, I never could catch her. She just ran fast.
Right.
But the fun games, and they are fun games. These are games that are fun to watch.
Oh, yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
the clothes hanging, but the cookie stacking and the egg catching. And by the way, people, the eggs are not boiled.
They're not boiled.
They're raw.
Going to make a mess if you don't catch it.
That's why I said that didn't sound too exciting to me.
But it's fun to watch.
That's right.
And then, you know, then they've got the beanbag toss, the marble shooting, and the soccer kick. Now, also you need to know that they are physically challenged events and special needs and wheelchair that are available also. So the games are designed for everybody in the age group.
It is. And since you mentioned the wheelchair, we have a lot of the nursing homes that will bring patients over, you know, and we try to accommodate them, you know, lower the basketball,
Right.
you know, that kind of thing. So they still get to compete even
Right.
if they have to use a wheelchair. And the special needs category, that's for ones that we consider with like walkers or, you know, crutches or any kind of cane or something that, you know, we don't want them competing obviously with the more physical,
Right.
but they don't need to compete against the wheelchair users either.
Right.
So it's kind of a category for each. We've even had a couple of individuals who were blind, you know, and we put them in the special needs. So we try to accommodate and let them all compete at the level that they're capable of.
Now, this is something that I'd never noticed before was the wheelchair events, the obstacle course, and the 100-meter dash.
Well, probably because it's over at the track. You know, we do it at the
Okay,
track, and a lot
yeah.
of them don't want to have to load and unload, you know, at two
Yeah.
different locations.
Yeah, it's-
So that's kind of downside to that. But it is available. If we were to get a group, we would definitely make arrangements and get it set up for a couple of track and field events for them.
Yeah, that's interesting. Interesting. Table tennis and bingo. Of course, bingo, the only thing you got to do is have the right card and the right draw of the numbers.
And you know, I've seen them change cards halfway through.
Oh,
you
really?
know, that's not a lucky card. Can I change cards? So absolutely. You know, bingo is an event, a competitive event, all its own.
They have a lot of pretty nice prizes,
Oh
too.
yeah. We get a lot of prizes and donations from our sponsors and some of the senior centers and nursing homes and that kind of thing to donate, you know, the bingo prizes. So it's a mystery bag. It comes in a brown bag, and that way you don't know what you're getting until you've
Right,
won.
right.
So that's kind of a fun event.
Well, now then, I need to keep this straight because this is going to be a big change this year. The sign-in is not going to be until later on in the morning.
When they arrive if they're going to compete in the track and field, they need to arrive at Paducah Tillman at 8:30. And there will be a sign-in and a check-in there for just the track and field events.
Okay.
Then those games will all run consecutively there on site. Then they will finish that, and everybody will come over to the Cherry Civic Center, and then we'll have opening ceremonies. So the morning early opening ceremonies is just being bumped by a couple hours later. And then we'll have lunch, and then they'll break and have the fun games after lunch.
So basically, I probably plan just to have the opening ceremonies, everybody stay seated, have
Right.
lunch.
While you're all in the building, you just do all that at that time. And that gives the runners, a lot of times after lunch, the runners don't want to do the runs after they've eat.
Right. Oh,
So
yeah.
we did that to accommodate some of those. You know, they want to do it first thing in the morning when it's a little cooler too. And then they can eat lunch after they're done.
All right. Will the, like the other events that I call basketball shoot, football throw, horseshoes, will they be going on the Cherry?
Yeah, all of that'll
In
still
the
be
morning?
out. All of that'll still be out in the parking lot.
And
of
the afternoon too?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, those will run from like 10 to 2.
Okay.
Yeah, just the track and field where you need the track or the shot put pit or that kind of thing.
Okay.
So,
And I'm sure that after the first year, everybody will have it in their mind and it'll be right.
well, we try something different every year, and when we find something works, we'll stick with it.
Now you got to remember, we older people get confused sometimes about different things.
They don't like change.
I know.
So this is May the
May 11th. Registration forms will be mailed to past participants. So if you've been a past participant for the last couple of years, we use that database. If there's someone that wants a registration form, they are welcome to call the office. They can call 800 number. It's 877-352-5183. And the operator right there will have a stack of them by her desk. She can just pop an address on it and drop it in the mail to them. The registration form does not have to be an original. So if you pick one of these up at your senior center or get one in the mail, you can make copies and give to friends. All the local senior centers will have them in the purchase area, so they can pick up one, there, or they can call and request one, and we'll give it to them in the mail.
Well, we've thoroughly enjoyed them. I forget how many years we participated.
Well, and you've helped MC.
Yeah.
You put a plug in for yourself.
Well,
you've helped us in the past to
that's fun
to host.
It's
and
fun. Because I kind of jab the politicians, so I enjoy doing that while they're there too.
Yeah, there will be politicians there.
Yeah, we always try to ask the mayor and some of the senators, representatives, that kind of thing, to come out, visit with the seniors, who helped get them elected.
That's right.
That's
And
right.
it's a chance for them to kind of thank them and get out and visit with them. So,
Right. Well, believe it or not, we're about out of time.
well, it went quick.
Yeah, it does. It does. And again, I want to thank you for coming here again.
Well, I
and
thank you
talking
for
to
helping us
about
promote it.
Yeah, but we enjoy them, and if the people will come out, they'll enjoy. They'll find something
yeah.
that they'll enjoy.
Oh, yeah.
That's the thing about it.
Just talking to people and seeing, like you say, seeing their old friends and all, because some of them probably don't see each other except at this time.
And so, we want to encourage you to take part in the Purchase Area Senior Games this year. Again, the registration is primarily at Robert Cherry Civic Center. And if you would like an application, give them that telephone number again.
It's 877-352-5183.
It's Purchase Area Development.
Right.
And you can call it. Or any of the senior centers
Right.
should have.
All the local senior centers will have them after probably 1st of April.
Yeah.
And you can just run in and get one there.
And they'll have them where you can sign them and register also. And we want to encourage you to do that because it's a lot of fun. It'll give you a chance to get outside, get involved in some other activities, and we realize and we believe that that's very important in our age group, that we are out with people, talking with people, sharing with people, and just becoming part of a group rather than sitting at home being alone by ourselves. But we want to thank you for being part of our show today. Crystal, again, come back anytime. You have other hats that you wear, and we talk about other programs that go on too. But we thank you for being with us today, and we want to encourage you to be back for next week for our next show, and we'll try to bring you another exciting and informative show. Remember now, use it or lose it.
Can't see as well as I used to. Can't run as far or as fast. Sometimes I think that the old me is becoming exactly that. But when I start thinking of all I don't have, that's when I tell poor me Beethoven was 50 and deaf as a post when he wrote his 9th symphony. And he'd say, go with what you got. Start from where you are. Give it your best shot. Keep reaching for that star. Get in the race, keep your own pace, keep moving and never stop.